Looks pretty similar to me. On the other side, OG, a Bloodseeker, last pick, does give them a bit more like hero that will contribute in these early fights. But if you look at the tower damage, it's non-existent for OG unless Viper picks up the shard.
Unconventional, I don't know if it's because they had to.
Up Seb. You had to hold that thought, Jenkins. I'm sure it was a very eloquent thought at that.
It wasn't.
He's taking a ton of damage, but looks like he's going to be able to walk away and have enough time to go back to the fountain if he wants. Could obviously, I mean, the panel did talk about it. Entity, very similar lineup in terms of like the pacing, which shouldn't be a surprise coming into even game one because they've been doing this the entire group stage. As we're going to see the Astral Spirit come out from Seb. Kataomi. Let's take heavy damage, but we'll live. We're going to see First Blood, Amar. Okay. Ends up getting him in the end. And Taiga will be the trade on the other side of the map, so it's a 1-for-1, although Fishman getting chased by Yuragi. Getting that extra movement speed, gets off the Aphotic Shield. It looks like it'll just delay the inevitable, which will be the kill for Yuragi.
Like Bat loses lane to almost anything. Like the way Bat wins lane is by killing.
Oh, Taiga.
Okay, here we go.
A combo this. Nice disruption with the Blood Right as Yuragi continuing to chase Fishman. 3 stacks of Shadow Poison, just trying to get a collateral kill, but Taiga will just deny himself to the creeps instead. Stacks so easily with Shadow Poison. It's something you have to contest in some capacity.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Kataomi. Get a little tri-lane action here as Yuragi knowing that a teammate is coming. Disruption there, we see the saving. There's another TP coming in. But you can see Yuragi getting extremely low. Nice Echo Stomp there, but it's not going to prevent the death from Yuragi going down to that Soul Assumption. Illusory Orb from BZM looking to take out somebody. The coil even expended just to take out Fishman as Toby trying to do some damage to BZM. Gets a nice Soul Assumption and not in range. Pretty damn miserable for the melee.
Oh, BZM, he's there.
BZM has his coil ready. Illusory Orb not going to connect, but he's going to go into Waning Rift. You can see the TP's coming in. He expends coil. He has no much mana to follow this up with. Amar, he's going to get Lasso before we get any more right clicks in. And Toby's even come to play with the Soul Assumption. So a nice turnaround on from Entity's side. As they're going to find Taiga as well. They did lose Saberlight, so it's going to be a 1-for-2. Things out. They don't see Kataomi yet, but you can see OG are here in numbers. And there he goes. He's actually going to use the Winter's Curse. He might be able to get the kill onto Taiga. In fact, he does. Nicely done from Kataomi. He's going to force out the coil, though. But here comes the reinforcements from Entity. Rupture onto Stormstormer. He's going to get the lasso onto the puck. Gets a Aphotic Shield as well. They're doing massive damage. So BZM ends up dropping to Stormstormer. And a nice save onto him as well, as Yuragi will die in addition. So 3-for-0 as Entity clean up this fight really nicely. The Doom applied to Seb. He'll be able to walk away. But still, really nice fight from Entity overall. As Amar getting gone on the top lane. It's going to be a solo kill potentially for Toby with the nice use of the familiars. Soul Assumption to follow. A couple more right clicks will do it. He has the Viper Strike onto Toby, but there's the save. Had a resurgence because they were down about 2k as Saberlight getting gone on. First Demonic Purge of the game. Viper Strike to follow. Cancellation of the TP, but the coil comes out not hitting anybody. Well, I guess it did hit Saberlight, but yeah, the story, like you said, is Saberlight and his rough start to the game. Stormstormer is going to get a sticky napalm stack onto Seb. Flame break into the lasso, but the TPs are coming in the form of the Bloodseeker. But looks like Seb is going to die nonetheless. Saberlight attempting to TP out. And this time, no cancellation, although he's ticking really low on the base. Oh my goodness.
He even bought the mid tower, and their gold lead goes down.
Oh, we have a coil. It's going to be snapped by Stormstormer. He's on the low ground right now, but the Waning Rift just in range, and the right clicks with the Witchblade. Not quite enough. Stormstormer with 30 HP, but they have vision thanks to the Bloodseeker. Amar would be a very nice pickup for them. Flame Break actually not going to hit because Amar just stands his ground, and Stormstormer, he has to be careful. That's a Viper Strike. He's going to get the lasso off onto the low ground, and with the support of his team, will lead to the kill onto Amar.
Disrupt the 3 BKB cores on the, or what's it, Demonic Purge.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep, Saberlight getting gone on. Earth Splitter connects as Taiga's in the area, but you can see Stormstormer coming out to help. But Saberlight is dead. The coil was there. He's gonna have to break it through and we'll see what happens. Like you said, the Bloodseeker ready to TP in, but Entity continuing on. Kataomi with his ult available. He's gonna use it. And looks like Seb is going to be the collateral heal. Fishman is going to get an easy kill, although he's completely surrounded, so it might just be a trade. He's going to pop his ult attempting TP, and Yuragi with no cancellation. That is the counter to Bloodseeker since days Memoriam, or whatever the hell that saying is. As Kataomi tries to save himself, but it kind of sets up the Nether Toxin, so OG able to get a couple, or 1 kill out of this. Obviously, it was set up by the Saberlight pickoff. Stormstormer, they had the blink dagger on Kataomi right now, but there's the blink onto from Stormstormer, and the Bloodseeker is just dead. Big pickoff for Entity. Taiga able to get off the Demonic Purge, but he's getting chased relentlessly from Stormstormer and company, and Seb just
he should be dead
can't do
too.
much about it at all. He's carrying a briefcase. It's business day for him, but back to the grave. 3 dead Entity. And Seb and company, they actually want to fight against this Aegis at the moment, as there is a Viper Strike, but Amar is the one getting chased for the most part, as Stormstormer has to be careful with the Rupture. Toby, he's going to turn into the Stone Form thanks to the Shard as the BKB is activated from Saberlight and company, but Yuragi is trying to right-click, but a nice Winter's Curse comes out, but it's on top of a Lasso as well. Kind of a weird combo here, but Yuragi, he's taking so much damage. A nice save from Taiga for the time being, as Yuragi extremely fast, and he's just going to be able to walk on out of there. 50 seconds on the deck for the Visage as 2 kills clean up from OG's perspective. Saberlight looks to be next. Big turnaround from OG as they find form, and Stormstormer comes back in, and he has that Aegis looking for Amar, but Amar's just fine.
He has no BKB. His blink's down for 4 seconds.
Completely surrounded again. Viper Strike to follow, so Amar will be the sacrifice, but triple kill from BZM, and OG take a fight against an Aegis and only lose 2, as looks like Seb ends
so
up.
low. They're so low, yeah.
But that flame break.
Yeah, that's Seb literally not moving. Oh, there he goes.
Very nice.
There's that smile.
You know what that means.
He's very angry.
4K lead for OG. Oh, but BZM gets spotted. Doom applied, but Taiga attempting to get out as well. It's going to get stopped in his place thanks to Saberlight. So Shadow Demon the first to fall in this engagement. Amar trying to position himself. Oh, looks like the curse comes out onto the Bloodseeker. That's through the BKB. So Yuragi, he's still so fast, able to walk away again, but again, with that BZM death, that does hurt OG quite a bit, and a stomp to follow. So 3 dead, favor this time going to Andy. So much back and forth. Just securing some farm right now. Maybe getting a couple wards. Are they going to go into the triangle as BZM ready to go. Waning Rift to start things out, and Fishman with the Nether Toxin can't even get off his ult. So insta-death for him as OG look to pursue even further. Saberlight gets destroyed. So maybe he does go to Centaur in the end, but looks like OG gonna get a freebie Roche. And that is Roche number 2, which means a shard will drop and likely Yuragi to take it. So we're gonna see the pure damage coming out from the Blood Rage.
Yeah, he was gonna buy that anyway if he didn't get the shard from there.
Aghanim Scepter, so
he
recharges.
Oh no, he gave it away.
Did he? Oh, we have the Lasso initiation, but an instant rupture on the Stormstormer, killing himself through that BKB, but looks like they're focusing on Amar. He's able to get out thanks to the disruptions, but still doomed. So he might tick out in the end, but the Stormstormer initiation completely punished from OG. They've kind of put to a stop thanks to the Winter's Curse, but now we have a coil onto the high ground. Blood right to follow. Toby looking to not break himself out of that coil. He's going to get saved for the time being by Kataomi, but there's so much magic damage to follow it up with. Surely he's going to be dead, but the buyback comes out from Saberlight. And now, see the Echo Stomp from Seb onto 2 heroes as Toby's stuck inside the Blood Right. He's silenced from the Waning Rift, but has that Soul Assumption to follow, and the rest of OG now on the run because that's 2 buybacks coming out from Entity. And Seb will be punished, but again, that's just 2 supports dead as Entity kind of getting... And Yuragi, oh, he's going to get lassoed to start things out. He's kind of separated a bit here. Saberlight comes in as well, looking to get the Doom off, but not needed. Yeah, BZM, he has to be careful because there is still... Oh, actually getting some backup from his team. Looks like they're going to focus on Fishman instead. He does get off the ult this time despite the break. No silence to follow as Toby going to get Viper Struck as Amar focusing on the familiars for now, but it's a 1-for-1 in favor of Entity as he needs to retreat. Oh, BZM, he's going to get the phase shift off. Blink up in just a moment, but will he be able to get out? Finds a little bit of distance as Stormstormer. Nice. Flame Break not going to connect as the rest of OG collapsing a bit, but they do get BZM in the end. That is an enormous kill for Entity. And Amar kind of forced to just stand his ground again, but the Soul Assumption, nice dodge with the Manta style. That's exactly why he picked it up. As the Cold Embrace going to save Toby. As the Familiars keeping Amar in place at the moment. The buyback for BZ. Big pressure from Stormstormer.
Okay.
As we might have a big fight here, contesting the ward spot on the cliff. Amar has the Lincolns applied to him. As Saberlight, he's going to get Waning Rift to start. As a Rupture put on Saberlight, he's kind of stuck all by himself in this area. As Stormstormer gets the first lasso off onto Yuragi, but no damage follow-up whatsoever. Seb taking a soul assumption on the sidelines. Amar pops the BKB, but Saberlight's just dead. That was the original initiation from the puck, and he's dead for 2 full minutes, no buyback. Amar's going to be the trade. Does have buyback for him, but the fact that they've taken out the support Wyvern already as Toby turns into stone. Gonna put this initiation to a stop. As Seb all right, that's a really late game high five. I like that. Toby, oh, the bash actually connects from Yuragi. He has a basher now. And so Toby trying to walk back to base. Probably not going to happen. The Stormstormer getting chased in the meantime by BZM. Has that BKB activated, and looks like he's going to be fine, but Toby not so much. So ends up being a 3 for 2, really back and forth. Yep, Amar gets spotted out here, trying to de-ward this very valuable ward spot here. BZM jumps in. The Waning Rift into phase shift. He'll blink onto the cliff. As Amar's attack speed is absurd right now. Is this actually enough to take out Toby? I thought he was perfectly fine, but BZM with the finishing move. They pop his Lincolns, looking for the Doom, but the Viper Strike applied to Saberlight. He can't get off any attacks at all, and he will die shortly after here, but a curse comes out to try to counteract it. Double buyback from Entity, including the Doom with his ultimate still available. And now they have to pop that Lincolns again on the side of BZM. Gets off the illusory orb, onto the other side of the trees. And they're getting the stun on Saber. That is a dieback onto the Doom as OG winning this fight handily. Another buyback onto the Abaddon as
One of the cores gets caught out. I think Toby had stone form, but
I thought he was definitely fine.
I thought he was fine. It looked like he was definitely fine.
Oh, Stormstormer scouted out, illusory orb, and no. And obviously with that shard on Amar, it allowed them to just melt through these buildings. And Stormstormer, now they're going to have to try to defend it as these tier 4s are basically dead now as Amar pops the BKB, focusing on the Ancient as well. And Stormstormer just bashed to a high degree. He's just dead. He does have buyback, but the GGs come out as OG even the series 1-1.
They did it? Yeah, I mean,